Off the beaten path out in West Texas lies a farm that is part of a rising twist in the agricultural industry. The spectacle is a 13-acre corn maze that brings both a challenge and agricultural education to those set out to conquer its twists and turns. It's here in the small community of Greenwood, just outside of Midland, where Matt and Jessica Norton are in their third season with their fall masterpiece as owners of Fiddlestick Farms.
My mother came up with that idea. It's an old-timey game, a Tinker Toys game, that if you play with it and it falls apart, you say, "Oh, Fiddlesticks." And it's kind of the same thing if you're out in the maze and you get lost, you know, "Oh, Fiddlesticks."
Fiddlestick Farms is designed on the concept of a new industry that has taken off in the last 10 years. Commonly referred to as agri-entertainment, corn mazes around Texas have started up as a way to diversify the family farm. Matt and Jessica have approached the business venture in another fashion, as a way to break into farming.
We actually lease about 300 acres, and to try to farm full-time on that, it makes it extremely difficult with extensive cost of equipment and the variable costs with seed and fertilizer and diesel. This corn maze will allow us to get more in-depth into farming, and will pretty much fund our farming habit and try to get our farming off the ground.
Their 80-acre property encompasses a whole lot more than just the maze. It's also home to a pumpkin patch, potato sack ride, corn cannon, and a learning barn complete with all the common barn animals.
The learning barn was just really needed. They have all the animals here, and you get to, some of the kids don't grow up around that kind of stuff, so they get to experience firsthand what other kids experience in their lives.
And this machine is actually going to be very, very soothing to her.
The Learning Barn is the new addition to Fiddlesticks this year. Matt and Jessica work to add a new attraction every year to keep their customers interested. What the Learning Barn has done is attract the attention of schools from around the area. The interest is so great that Monday through Friday, the farm is open to field trips only.
We provide study materials to the teachers prior to them coming out here so that they are able to be more knowledgeable about what we do have out here. Not necessarily Fiddlesticks in general, but the maze itself and how corn relates to their everyday needs, how milk relates to their everyday needs.
The maze actually contains clues from ag-related questions that, if answered correctly, will help the adventurous navigate through to the finish line. Tying education was an idea that comes at a crossroads in society, as children are further and further removed from any exposure to agricultural life.
We want to teach our children around the community, that this is still going on, and that farmers feed the world. A lot of kids don't realize that their food does not just come from the grocery store.
While Fiddlesticks is only open through October and November, the behind-the-scenes work is far from seasonal. Constructing a growing maze is no easy task. It's far from being just a square out in the middle of a field. The design for the maze is drawn up during the first months of the year. Then there's the planning and layouts. Planting happens around mid-July. Matt and Jessica's corn maze is actually cut through a hay grazer field. The reason being that the hay graze doesn't suck up as much water as corn. After all, rainfall is scarce in West Texas, and it comes with less of a bug problem.
Can't grab the world, shake it.
Though Fiddlesticks is currently a seasonal destination, Matt and Jessica hope to add new attractions that will make their farm a year-round destination.
It makes your heart melt when you see all these kids that come out here and how they accept what's out here. It's a fresh, clean country air, and there's a lot of kids that have never even seen an animal on the side of the road, much less an animal up close and in person. It's been more heartwarming and more fun than anything.
For Voices of Agriculture, Ed Wolff, Midland.